What's worse than ants in your pants? Uncles. Anyway, ooh la laid. What up, everybody? You are back in tune with another episode of In the Fields podcast. It is your host, Johnny, with my lovely fiance, soon-to-be wife, Lisa.
That's
and I'm
me.
talking, like, real soon. Like, we're, like, almost married, bro. Like,
It's like right there.
yeah, man. So what's up, guys? Welcome back to all the feelers that are tuned in. In this episode, we are going to really explore the feels behind social media. Just, everything that kind of revolves around it, the good, the bad, the messy.
Everything in between.
Yeah, and I think social media can be what you make it,
I have to agree.
I feel like a lot of times people blame social media for certain things, or,
I've been there.
I feel like they, just always have like a skewed view of it, I guess you could say. But I want to start today's episode with question of the day, a question that was submitted by one of the feelers that are tuned in. We appreciate you as always. And guys, remember the DMs are open. Drop it in the comments wherever you see us. You guys are more than welcome to drop it. We usually announce what episode we're doing next ahead of time, so this way you guys have a chance to submit. Let me take a look. So question of the day is, have you ever caught yourself comparing your life to someone else's on social media, and how did it make you feel? Better, worse, or motivated? Go ahead, I'll let you go first.
I've definitely been there. Like, definitely when I was in my more toxic phase of life, my very negative phase of life, I definitely would compare myself a lot more. But I feel like it also, like, coincided with what I was going through at the time. Like, I was in relationships where I was put second a lot, where, they were always talking to the next girl or whatever the case is. So I found myself comparing to women a lot on social media. Like, oh, I don't have that type of body. My hair isn't that. Or like, my makeup isn't this. Like, and I would compare myself, and it would ultimately make me feel worse because it's like, I can never compare. But it took me a long time to, like, throughout my healing journey to be like, I love myself enough to where, like, that doesn't happen anymore. Like, you have your life, I have mine, and I'm just happy to be where I am. So it took a lot of, like, retraining the way that I seen things, or the way that, like, I perceived, what I was viewing on the internet versus what I was going through in real life. And it took that shift of perspective to put things more into place for me, where now I can scroll on social media and not even feel bothered, even in the slightest bit. But that happens so often. Like, body dysmorphia is such a huge problem right now. And a lot of it has to do with, like, the skewed perception of social media and, like, the way you're viewing it and what you're looking at. And if you allow that to continue, social media is forever going to be a problem in your life, whether you want to admit that or not.
Yeah, man, that's deep. I mean, I have to agree, like, in both senses. Like, I've definitely had moments where it's negative, but also positive. Because obviously, like, for guys, like you said, there is a standard that social media creates, whether it's for women or for men.
Oh,
I
for
feel
sure.
like, for women, it's a lot of, like, the BBL, small waist, snatched, you know what I mean, that kind of vibe. And then for the guys, it's always like 6 foot plus, in shape, versus like me, bro. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm like Lil Wayne's height, or I'm like Kendrick Lamar's height. Like, I'm somewhere in that category. So yeah, there's definitely been moments like that where you're comparing yourself, especially when it's like in life circumstances, like when you see, like, let's say somebody that you had an intimate relationship with, somebody maybe they cheat on you with, or like somebody that they leave you for, like, and that's not even your type. You know what I mean? Like, it's it's on the other side of the spectrum. So you're like, what the fuck? Like, sometimes a lot of the time, especially with social media, because now you're like, you be seeing everybody's shit. You know what I mean? And I know, like, those toxic times, like, everybody has been there where, like, you know what I mean? Like,
The subs.
Yeah, they're like, why he dating this type of bitch, or why she with this type of dude? You know what I'm saying? Like,
the judgment.
Yeah, so there's definitely that. And I think too, just like on the positive side, especially as of lately, like I created a whole new account just because.
Oh, my algorithm is so different
Yeah,
now.
like it's so much cleaner. Like it makes social media much more enjoyable.
Oh,
I
for
follow
sure.
accounts that like motivate me now and like shit that like makes me want to do
Relatable
better.
ones.
Yeah, relatable
Yeah.
things, like things that kind of in a sense almost help me become more knowledgeable and more confident in doing this. You know what I mean? Because again, it's a lot of the stuff that I want to consume is the same stuff that I want to put out. So it's like in a sense like I had to shift it so I wasn't consuming bad shit and then trying to output good shit because I feel like in a sense that would make me hypocritical
Yeah.
or even worse, just not equipped enough to speak on the things that like we built this platform on, you know what I mean? So having to shift my perspective of how I use social media and just overall the consumption of things that I listen to, like even certain music now I don't even listen to. You know what I mean? Just
I found myself doing
like
that.
again, it's like I'm starting to be on the type of time where like my energy is really important and it means a lot to me. So
They say
yeah.
like everything you consume really plays a big part.
Yeah, like I
in
mean,
who you
I'm
are.
like a big person on like like certain frequency, like energy, like even whether it's people, music, social media, like I'm very big on that now. My boy Suave said the other day, he said it's normal, bro, when you start to feel like the outcast. That's when you know you're like
Leveling up.
reaching a different like frequency, like you're just on a different energy, bro. Like
I like
it's
that.
yeah, like he said it happens, like you outgrow people all the time. He's like when you start to feel like the outcast in your group, chances are it's because
You're outgrowing them.
yeah, you're outgrowing them. And like yeah, that was why I made a whole new page on social media, bro. I got tired of it going on there and it being draining. So yeah, I've definitely had both experiences, negative and positive. And yeah, man, that was a good question. That was definitely dope. I think everybody has those experiences though, and it's also dependent on what type of experience you want. You know what I mean? Again, I think it is what you make it.
Yeah, I think too though what I see a lot of the time is, people put out the type of content that obviously makes them look good or whatever the case is. There are, a lot of pages that are very true to themselves and they are who they say they are. They live the lives they say they live. But I feel like a lot of the time people put out this content that makes them look they're living this extravagant life. And it's like, I know certain people in real life and I'm like, you don't really live like that. So like the fact that you're putting on this show for social media just for the likes or just for the comments, like, and I get it's a business, like I know that side of it now, whereas like I never looked at it like that. But at the same time, it's like, how true are you being to yourself? Like how genuine are you being? Because you're putting this stigma out there that people are like wishing they could live up to, and they feel like so trapped because they're like, I can never make that happen. When really like you can, you gotta put in the work to make it happen.
Yeah.
But I feel like it skews a lot of perception of like people and the lives they live. And
I mean, it sucks, bro, because part of it is business. Unfortunately,
I know.
like you said, like there's people who they like, even consumers consume shit that looks good. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like,
because like I
mean,
know
look at the commercials for food, bro. Those burgers ain't the real burgers we get.
Yeah.
Those ain't that's not, bro. I've never not once bought I don't want to mention their name in case they want to sponsor our podcast, burger, and it looked like the same burger in the commercial, bro. I've never bought that.
Yeah.
That's never happened. You know what I'm saying? So it's like insane to me how as consumers we are just obsessed with the perfect product.
Oh yeah. Because I see it all the time, like the cleaning videos, and they have all the coolest cleaning gadgets, and I'm like, I'm sorry I don't have like $1,000 to just blow on cleaning products. Like I'll stick to my little scrub daddies and like what I got at home.
I mean? I make it work, baby.
But
I make
it's
it work
like,
for what I got.
I know a lot of people feel like they don't clean properly because they see these videos of all these things that these people are just promoting. Like they're getting paid to put this in a video to show you to buy.
I'm an Amazon affiliate. You damn right. I know. If I see it, like, dude, I be telling people all the time, yo, like, send me, if you want something off of Amazon, like, send me the link, bro. I'll promote it first and then go cop it so I get a little something on the kickback. Like, bro, I do it all the time.
Yeah, the way social media has evolved is insane.
Yeah, and I think Gary Vee said it the best. I think we're transitioning from like social media to like what did he call it? He said we're transitioning from like social media to like almost like market media or like consumer media
Oh,
versus
yeah.
like it's not so much about being social anymore as it is about like selling stuff or making money. Like that's what a lot of people want to do now is they just want to like they're on TikTok selling products, which I've been there, made bread off of that too. Like
But I feel like people don't realize the hard work that it
yo,
takes.
it's a job, bro. It's a job. Well, because they're doing it
my
overseas right now.
goodness.
Like supposedly in China, that's like a big thing right now. Like where they're just like they're on a channel similar to like it's almost like QVC, bro. Where like they're on there and they're like, okay, look, we got this ulale right now. We got to do it right. Okay, we're $5. Okay, $10, 15. Okay, cool, sold. Boom, we're doing out the window. Next product, here it is. We're starting at $100, and they're like, the one lady made like I think it was like $1 million in like a few minutes or some shit, bro. I gotta go fact check that, and this is why I can't wait. I can't wait till we get a third person, so I could be like, bro, fact check that. There was some lady in China that made like $1 million in like a few minutes doing just that live, like almost on
Nutty.
TikTok. So yeah, bro, social media is just changing. It's transitioning into something else, and
I think it's really dope, and it's definitely creating a lot of opportunities, especially for like our kids' generation.
yeah,
You know what I mean? But it's also like
but it's
scary
also depleting like a
because-
lot of other like, for example, I heard that at the rate we're going at, like we're not gonna have like plumbers and electricians like soon. Like we're like running out of people who are like doing those trades.
That's
And
crazy because you would think that's a job that would be around forever.
yeah, like we're running out of people who are taking up those trades, and it's eventually what's gonna end up happening is that like plumbers are gonna be able to charge like out the wazoo for what they do because there's just not gonna be a lot of them.
Yeah,
Same with electricians. So
that
yeah,
sucks.
it's gonna be crazy. It almost makes you want to learn.
I mean, it wouldn't be a bad thing.
It almost makes you want to like get certified just cause and just be able to be like I could do it. You know what I
Wouldn't
mean?
be a bad idea.
Yeah. But yeah, man, that was a good question. That was very engaging. I feel like that got us going, you know what I mean?
Gets the people
Hell yeah.
going.
It's provocative. But yeah, man, before we get into the rest of the episode, let's give them a word from our sponsors. What's worse than ants in your pants? Uncles. Anyway, Ooh La Lade. This is the most amazing lemonade in the entire world. And I mean it, the entire world, this world, that world. Doesn't matter what universe you exist in. Ooh La Lade. Get some or drink dog water or whatever other things you want to consume this summer because the summer's hot. Ooh La Lade is cool. So if you don't drink it, then you're a fool. Make sure you guys go get some Ooh La Lade at Oola_Lade. Shout out to my guy La Shells, the best drink sponsor and the only drink sponsor of In the Fields podcast. You guys are amazing. We will continue to promote you every single episode. And yeah, man.
Big facts.
Other than that, back to our episode. Yes, sir. We are back with another episode of In the Fields podcast, guys. Like I said, we're going to be taking a deep dive into the feels behind social media. And I think, with social media, there's just a responsibility to be careful with what it is you consume while you're on there. I think a lot of the time it can create, I don't want to call it like a false hope, but like almost like a false like
Narrative.
for yourself almost. Like, a lot of the times it often leads to like comparison and things. Like I think a lot of people need to understand that what you see on social media or whatever pace anybody else is living at, that's not your life. And the second you start comparing yourself to others, you're
going to hold yourself back.
It robs you of the joys of your own life because
what is it? Comparison is a thief of joy.
Yeah, bro. Like it just takes all the good in your life. It takes it and puts it on such a small pedestal.
Because I think you're so focused on what you're comparing yourself to instead of focusing on like what you can do here in the now to better your life and obtain those things that you're seeing that you would want.
Yeah.
Because you can get there.
And I think people just fail to realize, like, social media is like, it's consumer media in a sense, because a lot of the output is the high quality stuff.
Yeah.
You know, what we're doing here, like, we're doing it in a sense to put out a higher quality content because we understand that people tend to consume it much easier or gravitate to it, you know, just naturally.
Yeah.
They like high quality stuff. I get it, you know? But again, it's what are you consuming besides it being high quality? Like, are you somebody who thrives off of like negative content, or you know what I mean? Are you sharing things that are like not necessarily in a line with your moral compass? Or are you following people that just don't serve your
the clickbait,
yeah, like I don't know, man, there's just a lot that I feel like
the clout chasers.
there's just a lot out there on social media that just make it, you know, make it not hard to navigate, but sometimes you have to like almost purge it, you know what I mean? And like you have to really like watch what it is you're consuming, and it because it gets exhausting, it gets draining.
Yeah, I mean, and the internet has a really funny way of like feeding into your emotions, because I know for a fact when I was a more negative person and I was feeling sad a lot compared to feeling happy, almost all the content I would see on my news feed would be something that would feed into exactly how I was feeling. And then in those situations, you're so prompted to want to share them. So then your algorithm just keeps flooding those same kind of posts and stuff like that to you. And it's so insane to me how that even works, because it's so nutty. And I still see it to this day. Like, I've flooded my algorithm with nothing but positive content. So now I am seeing stuff about people being so in love or being so happy or going on their healing journey. Like, that's what my timeline looks like now. And it like relates a lot to my life, which I love that. But I also had to like unfollow. I had to like force myself to look past the negative things until I was no longer seeing them.
Yeah.
But I see now a lot like people that I know sharing similar content based on what they're going through in life. And it's like, it's crazy how that even works. Like, your phones really do be listening to you or something, because it's just insane that it just goes right along with your life sometimes.
Yeah, I already know it's listening all the time because again, like we could sit here and we can start talking about Nike sneakers and watch the ads start coming up on our Facebook. Yeah, I swear, watch the ads start coming up on Facebook or Instagram. Like, it's just gonna start coming up from freaking Foot Locker, Nike.com, Dick's Sporting Goods. Like, it's listening probably right now and is like, yeah, that's what you want me to promote? Sure, say less. So
crazy.
No, but I totally feel you. The algorithm definitely, you know, and it's a matter of again, like, you get to kind of pick and choose that type of stuff. And like you said, like unfollowing certain people, bro, there's people that I know where it's not even personal. Like, it's just really like you just be posting shit that I just can't fuck with.
I don't align
and
with.
Or shit that is just like, bro, that's unnecessary. Like,
I don't hate you.
Yeah,
I just
it's not
can't,
personal,
I don't
but
see it.
if that's what you're gonna be promoting, or that's the type of time you're on, like, again,
no offense,
I'm very protective of my energy at this point. Like,
Yeah.
And I don't want to sound like some chick who rubs stones together, but you know what I mean? Sorry, dude. I'm just so protective of my energy and like
protecting our peace. We're big on that.
Yeah, bro. I'm just so over consuming any of the negative content. Like, bro, I don't want to hear about it. For real, for real. If it's not about me and mine, I'm really cool on that. And I think that's just, call me old, bro, but that's just how life used to be. Like, I think because of social media, we just consume so much information now. Like, this comedian, I saw a clip from his not that long ago, and he said, yo, ain't it crazy? Like, we could open our phones right now, and in like 8 seconds at a red light, we'll consume more information than we would in like 4 months of 2003. Like, it's insane. Like, you like
That's crazy to think about.
and then he's like, bro, and he's like, and I'm sure everybody does it. He's like, you get to a red light, and he's like, well, how long does this last? 8, 12 seconds, maybe 15 seconds. Gotta grab your phone, gotta check something. I need info right now. What's going on outside of my car?
But that just goes to show
for
the
these
addiction,
next fucking 10 seconds.
the addiction that shit has, because it's the same way as the phantom buzz that people talk about with their phone laying on their lap, and you could swear that it buzzes.
Or in your pocket. I've felt it.
And then you look and there's nothing there.
I've
no
felt the
notification.
vibration on my leg.
I feel it all the time.
And I don't have the phone in my pants.
All the time.
Bro, that happens all the time.
It is the worst.
Yeah. I think Apple low-key just does it to fuck with people.
I mean, it could be possible.
They just hit them with a zzz. Like, bro, I don't know, man. It's nuts. It's insane, man. But I think there's just ways that you can handle it. You know what I mean? I think there's ways to navigate it. And, you know, one of the things that I know that we developed or tried to put together, and I think it finally makes sense, is what we like to call the C.A.R.E toolkit. You know what I mean? And this is something you guys could use as well. We'll break it down for you guys. It's pretty simple. C.A.R.E stands for curate. So when you guys are using social media, understand that the way that it works is it's going to follow based off of your interests, the things that you follow, things like that. So you want to actively choose what you see, unfollow, mute, or block any account that consistently makes you feel bad or doesn't like serve your purpose or like serve the vision you have for your life. And then your feed is your digital home. So, you know, you have to decorate it the way that you see fit.
Yeah, so A would be for audit. You're going to do a feeling audit. So basically, after 10 minutes on any app that you're using, you want to stop and ask yourself, how am I actually feeling? Like, how did what I just did actually make me feel? Did it make you feel happy, you know, sad, angry? Think about those things. And then you want to know, like, are you energized, drained, anxious? It's going to build some more self-awareness for yourself of the type of content that you are consuming. Like, take a second to really think about that.
Yeah. And then R stands for rest. You want to set boundaries. So this could be no phones at, you know, after dinner time, or, you know, maybe when you're doing family night with the kids, everybody's devices got to go in another room or something like that. Or even as simple as like no phones at bedtime, or maybe we don't touch devices upon wake up. You know what I mean? It just has to be some sort of boundary that you're setting for yourself. So this way you're kind of scheduling a digital detox throughout, you know, whether it's throughout the day or even like once a month or something like that.
Yeah. And then last but not least, for E, you're going to engage mindfully. So this is where you're shifting from just passive, aimlessly scrolling to being more active with positive engagement. So try to shift that focus more onto like those positive things. Instead of just lurking, maybe send a nice DM to one of your favorite creators that you admire, leave a supportive comment for a friend, or even share something that genuinely brought you joy. Try to trick the algorithm into feeding yourself with positive content instead of it being more focused around anything that could be negative or bringing you down.
Yeah. And again, guys, that's the C.A.R.E toolkit. That's what we want to say is like, you know, one of the things that, again, we work so hard on is just trying to push positivity. And we can implement those same tools when we're navigating social media. And this is it, guys. You know what I mean? C.A.R.E, man. The C.A.R.E toolkit. That's just something that I think you guys can utilize. It's easy to remember. And again, the sooner you start implementing it, I think it will allow you to shift that perspective on social media and kind of deter away from that. You know, social media is, you know, a lot of people are like, oh, it's a cancer. It ruins things. You know, social media ruins relationships, X, Y, Z, things like that. So to get away from that, I think, again, it is what you make it. So you guys have to be conscious of what you're outputting into the world. It is kind of like one of those things in a sense where it's like what you put out in the world, you get back.
Oh, yeah.
And social media is a huge fucking example of that, you know? So again, utilize this, guys, and, you know, run it back if you guys need it again. You know what I mean? It's going to be here. So If you guys need it, we're always here for pushing this type of content. That's all we want to do, man. We want to make it so that y'all algorithms are getting nothing but
positive vibes.
Nothing but the feels, baby. So yeah, man, I like that. You want to send them home then? Or wait, let's get into question time.
Yeah, you almost forgot.
Oh my God, I almost skipped a whole segment. Let's get into question time, baby. All right, so let me take a look. All right, so what you got for me? You want to go first?
Yeah, I could go first.
Go ahead, hit me with it.
All right, so do you find that social media primarily fosters genuine connection or a sense of superficial connection, and why?
I want to say yes and no, and I'll explain why. I think, yes, it does foster a true sense of connection because depending on how you utilize social media, if you're actually using, let's say, the C.A.R.E toolkit and you're curating your algorithm, then essentially the people you're going to be connecting with are people you have
like that genuine
something in
reaction.
common. Yeah, you guys have something in common. Like you're like you said, like you said like a lot of people like follow your relationship and they follow the positive content you do, and you see that people are engaging with that. Like those are people that are engaging with common themes and like things that you enjoy and things that you like versus the other side of it, which is the superficial side. Like I want to say, like, when I was doing the music and I was popping because of that, like a lot of people are following me because of the music, not because we have a genuine connection or because like we're like friends or we're tight, you know what I mean? But more a sense, I don't want to, like, it is more of a superficial thing because had I not done music, would we be engaging with each other? You know what I mean?
That's fair.
Versus like a genuine deep connection, I feel like in a sense sometimes social media can foster that because it could start from there, and it can start as simple as shit like,
I have a bunch of like social media friends,
especially like gamers, like people I've met on social media. Like there's times I've met like people I play Call of Duty with that I've never hung out with a day in my life, but we play Call of Duty and Grand Theft Auto and a bunch of different games together in 2K, and it's like, that in a sense to me has kind of fostered it in a way that yes, it can be genuine, but also it can be superficial because again, it depends on your status on social media. A lot of people look at that, so it's like if you're somebody with millions of followers and a blue check mark, like I can guarantee you that there's a lot of superficial superficial relationships on there.
Yeah, I would have to say like shout out to all my Facebook friends who've been with me since Facebook
we all
came
fam
out.
In the club.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
like I have so much genuine love for some of my Facebook friends that I've just been friends with for so many years on social media, but have never seen or hung out with them in person. But like we legit always root for each other.
Yeah.
And it's such a dope thing to have because you don't know me in real life, but the fact that you show up and you're supporting me all the time is like, I just love it. It's
and I feel like
beautiful.
Facebook's one of those last social media things. Like, Facebook still is like people be connecting on there, like keeping up with the Joneses. Not keeping up with the Joneses, but like keeping up with their homies. You know what I mean? Like, versus like Instagram's very like final product.
Yeah, it's just pictures and videos.
TikTok is very like funny or...
But that's final product too.
Yeah,
really.
like
a
fun,
lot of editing
funny
goes
clips,
into
editing,
that.
like or build up. Like people love to see the process a lot on TikTok too. So like, and live streaming is really big on there right now, and selling things on live. So Facebook has been like
statuses.
Yeah,
and
Facebook
you
has been like
post.
people still like connected. Like my family is very still much on Facebook, especially even like older heads. So yeah, man. Yeah, it was good, man. I like that question. That was good. So yeah, I would say yes and no is probably how I would say that.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, here. My next question, my first question for you is, what's one moment you felt completely seen or validated because of something you saw or shared on social media?
I would have to say the first time I ever felt really seen on social media was when you proposed to me. Like, I feel like for the longest time, I always stressed about the fact that, like, I wasn't getting likes or comments. And for whatever reason, I, like, truly in my heart believed that, like, nobody fucked with me. Like, I took social media so serious for some reason and had such a negative view on it. And, like, I would come to you with, like, these crazy scenarios, and you're like, dude, it's not even like that. Like, it's just social media. Like, and you taught me, like, the business side of it, to where that did help me shift my perspective a little bit of, like, oh, like, this person probably it ain't even all that. But, I mean... And then with you and your music stuff, like, you obviously had, like, your following and stuff like that. And, like, little by little, like, people gravitated towards me because I was your girl. So then I felt like, oh, you're just Billsy's girl. But I think when you proposed to me, and the amount of people that, like, I haven't seen in years, or that I haven't talked to in years, like, flooded to my page, and they're, like, so happy for me. And they were saying such amazing, beautiful things. And I'm like...
Yeah.
Wow, like, it was just so touching, and, like, it felt so good. And then little by little from there, like, I've just changed so much in my perspective of social media that I just view it differently, to the point where I use it differently now.
Yeah.
So, like, for me, it's just, like, a huge shift in, like, what social media is to me. Like, I don't need it, but I think it's a dope way for me to push positive content and push the idea that healing is beautiful, and I want that for everybody else. I want people to see the other side of things, and, like, also get out of that negative mindset, and, like, start enjoying their lives for what they are. So I think that really put a big shift on things for me too.
Oh yeah, man, that's dope.
Yeah.
I'm glad, man. You better be Billsy's wife, dude.
I know.
That's gonna be
My
sick.
co-host and partner in action.
Hell yeah, man. What you got for me?
All right, what do you think is the biggest emotional pitfall of social media that people aren't talking enough about?
The standard that social media just creates for people, man.
Crazy standard.
It's obnoxious. I'm sorry. Like, even just hearing some of the shit that comes out of people's mouths is insane. Again, it's the idea that people struggle to think for themselves
Oh, that's a good
because of the fact that they base their lives off of what it is they don't or don't have that they see on social media.
one.
So it's like, again, you're trying to you're chasing, like, somebody else's goals. You're not thinking for yourself. You're not finding out what you like, what really gets you going, you know? So because you're too busy trying to live up to X, Y, and Z that you see on this app, and this app.
And don't get me wrong, like, there's some creators that make it look so possible. Like, I've tried that Thrive stuff. There was something else I tried, and once I got into it, I'm like, this ain't for me. Like,
yeah,
it
and I'm not saying
cool,
shit
but
don't work, and I'm not saying
just,
it's not cool to follow people, like, because they motivate you. Like, don't get it fucked up. Like,
well, no, yeah.
It's one thing to follow people who motivate you. They put out content to try to get you into, get the ball rolling, or push you into doing what it is that makes you happy.
Mm-hmm.
But when it goes from something that's motivational to something that is a negative comparison, that's when it loses its purpose. It stops serving you. The second it stops serving you, it's not for you.
Facts.
So it's like, if you're not following these people to grant yourself motivation or use it as a stepping stone or some sort of goalpost for yourself, and you're too busy going, oh, I'm never going to be like these fucking TikTokers and YouTubers and blah, 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 blah. If you're going to do that, then, bro, just stay off of social media. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I think that's the biggest thing that people aren't really talking about is, do you have your own goals, or are you aspiring to reach the goals of those you follow, and how is that serving you? Is it negatively impacting you? Because a lot of the times it is. And I'm made of rubber. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I think that's the big one for me that I think a lot of people don't speak about is just lacking your own aspirations. You're trying to live up to some sort of standard that social media set for you, or people think that that's the status fucking quo. Like, that's just what the world.
Yeah.
And again, it comes with being like, you think this is the newspaper of the world. Like, so you're like, oh, extra, big booty bitches. That's what's on deck now. You know what I mean? That's what's in store. That's what's going. That's what's hot. That's what's on sale. Get your ass today, ladies. You need to fly to the Dominican Republic and now get it for cheap. You know what I mean? Like, this is the shit that is like they're pushing. You know what I mean? So it's like when you not dating a big booty bitch, you dating a subpar bitch. Or if you're a bitch that don't have a big booty, now you need a BBL. You gotta go drop a bag. Like, white perfectly. You mean, like, bro, this is this shit. So again, I think people, again, they don't have their own goals or aspirations. Because there were a lot of women that probably didn't even think they needed a big ass until that became I don't want to call it an agenda, but that became like
the judgment that's passed on social media sometimes that everybody sees. Like, I could totally see why.
Bro. Like, but again, and then it made, it makes people feel inferior and like, or like the pearly ass white teeth. I complain about that shit all the time.
Samesies.
And I'm like, yo, bro, like, I'm not trying to go drop fucking 10, 20 bands to go do that, though. Like, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? If I'm dropping
bands, that's definitely for my teeth.
If I ever am going to get anything, I'm going to get a teeth before I get an ass.
You ain't cutting me
I
open.
don't need a BBL. I'll just do some squats. My ass is juicy.
You're mad funny. I just want people to feel beautiful for who they are and not feel like they have to change themselves to fit any type of narrative unless like you're really doing it for yourself.
But I think people fail to realize that they have to do the work. Like, listen, like, yo, if you don't got a juicy booty, bro, like, you need to go to the gym and go do some squats. And
it works.
You need to, gain some healthy weight. Like, you got to do the work. People don't want to do the work. They want the results. Without they want to skip to the finish line, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I think that's the big one for me. Like, just, again, just people not having their own aspirations, their own thought process, their own fucking preferences.
Yeah.
I like what I see on TV. Do you know how crazy that sounds?
How scripted that is?
If somebody looked at me and said that, I'd be like, oh, okay, because... did the TV tell you how that was gonna taste too? That's why you won't eat this food. Like that's like shit my child would say to me. I don't like Brussels sprouts. Why? Because I saw this kid on YouTube that I follow. He said they're gross. Did you taste them ever? No. How about you experience it for yourself, bro? Touch some fucking grass, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, go smell the fucking roses. Like, I don't know, man. I just think that's so, like, just detrimental for people. But, yeah, that would be my answer. I could go on all day about it. But, yeah, that would definitely be my answer. All right. I got another one for you. Ready?
Okay.
Have you ever felt pressure to present yourself a certain way online that didn't fully match how you were feeling in real life?
For sure. Definitely for sure. Like, especially earlier on when you first started doing your music stuff, because of the standard that most social media and people set for, music artists and the type of girl that they date. Like, I've always prided myself on being a very super simple, laid back kind of chick. Like, I was never a super girly girl growing up. I grew up with the boys. I played football in the mud. Like, it wasn't until my quote unquote soft girl era that I got more girly. But even still to this day, like, I will go to the club in sweatpants and a hoodie and not give a fuck.
Yeah.
But it's like that standard, especially on social media. It's like I felt almost inferior. Like, oh, my man isn't going to post me because I'm not the type of chick most artists have on their arm.
Yeah.
Like, I'm more of a housewife, stay at home. Like, I don't go out. I don't pop out as much. Like, oh, so what? My man's going to go pop out. Like, do I have to go to show face? Like, it was a lot for me to process in the beginning of it, especially because I never really dated a music artist or really knew what it was going into it. Like, it took a lot for me to, like, learn and see for myself that it really ain't even like that at all. And you were more of a, like, I'm a keep quiet type of artist. Like, you didn't pop out every chance you got. Like, you just really gave your music your all, and you're like, if people like me for it, they like me for it. If not, oh well.
Yeah.
So, like, you changed my perspective a lot too on just, like, even how I view famous people now.
Yeah.
I'm just like, it's just a regular person. Like, they
Yeah,
have
that's
a
just
whole
a job. That's just a job for them.
like Snooki, for example. Her whole man wants no parts of Jersey Shore. He stays home with the kids. He rocks out. Like, but they've been together
but
for
that
so
shit's a
many
job
years.
for them, and he understands that though. And even her, she's even experiencing like the repercussions of said job. Like, she was just bitching about how her daughter sees clips of her and is now like, oh, where's the beach?
Yeah.
The party's here. You know what I mean? And she's just like,
and I
dude.
think people just tend to forget that they are real life people, and
Yeah.
that like they do genuinely go through real life shit just like we do. We just don't see it as often because all that they get put out for the most part is what they're doing,
or all
positive.
we see on social media or the shows is just them crashing out or, you know, the negative behavior. Like, we just see the crazy
like
shit.
on Love Island right now, crazy.
Bro, I don't want to get
And the
started on
internet
that.
is completely breaking over this season. Crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy how, like, the girl that was the craziest in the beginning is now, like, the one everybody loves. Because at first, she was crashing out, hard body, every moment she could get. It's like
Yeah.
every episode she was bitching.
But the biggest problem people are saying right now with this season is the fact that a lot of the people on there are previous influencers who already had hundreds of thousands of followers that are being thrown in this show when previous seasons it was just regular people
Yeah, I
that
think that's-
didn't really have that much
I
following.
think that's messier because you got people whose heads are already gassed up. Plus, they already understand that, like
a lot of people don't feel like they're there for the genuine purpose of the show of finding love. Like, you're there to play the game and win the money.
Maybe the numbers started dying out. Maybe like after a few seasons, the numbers just weren't hitting, and they were like,
I don't
"We gotta
know.
get people to watch, man."
I don't know.
I don't know.
This
It's
season
spicy.
is messy.
It's spicy. It is spicy. I can't even front. Every time I'll be on my phone, and I'll be peeking up over that bitch. Like,
I don't know. It's really bad this season. Like, people on the show are getting death threats, their family, like ridiculous things that I don't feel like has ever happened in other previous seasons. They're digging through their social media pages to find anything they can to like make these people look bad. Like, it's chaotic.
yeah, it's nuts. All right, you got one more for me, and then I got one more for you, and then we'll bring them home.
All right, ready?
Yep.
All right, looking ahead, how do you see the emotional landscape of social media evolving in the next few years?
I think I said it earlier where I forget what Gary Vee said, but Gary Vee said it's transitioning from like social media to
You said like market
media or like consumer media, basically, is what he said, where it's transitioning from what we see it as now, where what social media was. Think social media, like if you break it apart, it was intended for us to stay connected.
Because
But
Facebook
now-
was what, college students?
Yeah, that's Zuckerberg. Yeah, so that was invented for college students, and you could only get a Facebook account originally if you had a college email.
I remember
So-
when it opened to the public.
So then again, it was made to be social, to socialize, to socially connect. That's what we were originally doing. We were using it to share things with each other that maybe we did see on YouTube, or hey, how you doing? Oh my God, it's my aunt who lives in Florida, or you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
we were using it to connect.
Share pictures.
Then like Instagram, okay, yeah. Then Instagram, then it was like, okay, now we're gonna just make a platform for just pictures. Still social. We're still connecting. We're still, you know, we're still just kind of like keeping up with each other. And then, you know, then the famous, you know, you follow some famous people's pages, and then again, it transitioned from that to like now everybody's trying to make a bag off of social media, whether it's posting or creating faceless pages or whatever the case is. Like, it's turning into, and now they're selling stuff online all the time on TikTok. Like,
Yeah, it's like a digital store for
yeah,
everything you could think of.
exactly. So again, it's like transitioning from social to like consumer media in a sense, and that's definitely where I see it going. Do I still think people are going to use it to stay connected? Of
I was
course.
going to say, do you think like the social part of it is going to be
I think the older generation.
diminished?
I think the older generation is going to utilize it for that. I think the younger generation is going to utilize it more for just group chats, maybe. You know, you talk to like so and so on social, you know, on Snapchat. You got a group chat here, got a group chat there, type shit. Group chat here, group everywhere. You know what I mean? Type of deal.
Yeah.
But that's probably all I see it being used for real in the near future. Because everybody is still gonna talk and FaceTime and do that. Like,
Do you think they're going to ever come out with like a new social media?
they'll always do that? That's always gonna happen. Because as consumers, we love new shit.
True.
But it's just a matter of which one sticks because they keep trying, but they have yet to. TikTok is the only one to jump into the big three because it was Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Then TikTok came, and TikTok jumped into the big three. I think TikTok dethroned X now.
Well, I think Twitter is just a weird
and
place.
I think the only reason Facebook and Instagram are still up there is because I think old people make Facebook thrive because they just still use it for social purposes and keeping up with everybody. And I think Facebook obviously owns Instagram because it's Meta, so like they're obviously up there, both of them. And then TikTok, I think, no offense to Elon, but I think TikTok jumped into the big three.
Oh, for sure.
And dethroned X for sure. So, yeah. That's where I see social media going.
I feel like everybody crashed out when they took TikTok down for like those 24 hours.
Bro, nuts. Nobody knew what to do. People were like, I remember all the social media people were like, all right, guys, it was our last day on TikTok, so I just want to say goodbye. You guys could follow me on another app that has a camera as its logo. Not gonna say what it is, but it's got the same exact tag that I have on this beautiful platform. Like, because it'd be so weird because like for a minute, like you couldn't go on TikTok and say other social platforms, and then you also couldn't go on Facebook or Instagram and say other social platforms. Like it was so weird, bro. Yeah.
That's why TikTok doesn't have their freaking watermark when you save your video or whatever anymore.
Yep. Yeah, because if you did that and posted on the other page, it would get like
flagged.
Yeah, flagged for promoting other platforms. It was so weird, bro. All right, I got one last one for you, and then we'll send them home.
Okay.
All right, so if you could wipe your social media clean and start fresh, no judgment, no followers, what kind of content would you post just for you?
Just positive. Straight positive stuff, funny stuff, animal stuff. Just stuff I genuinely like. Stuff about books, mental health, psychology. Like, it would just curate around everything that I truly like and enjoy. And I feel like I'm finally in that place in life where I've kind of figured out what exactly brings me joy, what exactly I like doing, what I like talking about, the people I like surrounding myself with. And it took me until I got to my 30s, but, I'm here. So I would just focus strictly on those type of things and avoid everything else.
Oh, yeah, man. I like that. All right, man. Well, that concludes question time, and you guys already know how we finish every episode. We will send you guys with a question that, more or less just correlates to what we were talking about this whole episode, and you guys already know it's the fields that revolve around social media. So, for the final question that we're going to leave you guys with, we challenge the Fields family to a 2-part feed refresh this week. A twofer. Yeah, a 2-for-1, baby. We're going to brutally murder 2 birds with 1 rock, or whatever the saying is.
1 stone.
Kill 2 birds, 1 stone? Got it. Sorry. Yeah, crazy saying if you think about it. Like, could you imagine the person throwing that rock and they hit both birds? Like,
it bounces off one.
And he was like, wow, we should use that for every time we complete 2 tasks with 1 doing. You know what I mean? Like, I don't.
Like, how did that become a phrase?
Yeah, exactly. And then people just applied it to mad different shit. Like, a dishwasher washes and dries the dishes. It's a fucking kills 2 birds with 1 stone. I don't know, man. Anyway. We challenge the Fields family to a 2-part feed refresh this week. First, who is 1 person or account that you guys follow that genuinely makes you feel good? We want you to give them a shout out in the comments below, whether you see this on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Make sure you guys drop it below. Part 2, what's 1 account that you can mute or unfollow to protect your peace? You don't have to name them or tag them in the bottom, but just commit to doing it for yourself. Because, again, you guys never know when the why in your story is silent. It could be our story. Until next episode, guys, keep feeling.
Keep sharing.
And keep it real.
Within the fields,
baby.